What up, book lovers? It is GSwiz here, and I've kind of fallen behind on book hauling, so I'm gonna do a book haul right now. Now, I'm pretty sure that not all of you are micromanaging what goes in and out of my library, but if you have been micromanaging my library as of recently, you might have gathered that I am behind in my book hauls. Yeah, I'm like significantly behind. I've got like 2.5 book hauls pending at the moment. Yes, I track how many books make it onto my TBR, and that's not even including the manga. Like, I think at some point I'm gonna have to start incorporating manga again, even though that means that the book haul will be filmed like sooner, or that I will have a bigger stack to haul. At least I will be tracking that again. Eventually, I do want to start tracking the manga that goes onto my TBR again, like I used to, and incorporate that into these hauls, but I have not done that in a while, so maybe that will happen again someday. But yeah, we got a lot of books to haul today. Let's get straight into it because it's gonna be a long one. And I'm gonna kick this off with 2 holiday books that I recently hauled, A Holly Jolly Ever After and Wreck the Halls. I enjoyed both of these, and I read both of these in the lead up to the Christmas holiday period. I prefer A Holly Jolly Ever After, but I still enjoyed Wreck the Halls overall. Good stuff. 2 holiday romances I would highly recommend to those who have not checked them out yet. And next up in this haul are some bargain books that I got. I got both of these books for $12. I got Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher and Check and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. Out of the 2, I have read Check and Mate and I love it, but I cannot wait to get to Love Redesigned because I've loved Lauren Asher's The Fine Print. I did not necessarily love the second book in the series. I'm kind of hoping that Love Redesigned is nothing like Terms and Conditions, so we'll see where we go from there. Oh, it's about another billionaire family, the lakefront billionaires. Okay, more billionaire romances to vicariously live through. Let's go. And the next stack of books I have to haul today are the last 3 books in the Chestnut Spring series, Powerless, Reckless, and Hopeless. I love these covers so much. I barely know anything about the series, but now I'm even more excited to get to the series because Elsie Silver is coming to Babe 2025, so I'm wanting to binge read this series in the lead up to that. I've got plenty of time, thankfully, but I just really love these covers. If anything, I think these are my favorite covers that have been traditionally published. I have seen some really beautiful redesigned fan art covers from a book box company that I really wanted as well. However, if we were to talk about standard editions for the series, I really love these covers a lot, and I specifically love the ones with this font because I've been seeing some editions where like there's the word split in half. I really just don't like that design in particular, but I love these. Anyway, I could go on and on about how much I adore these covers, but I need to read the series because everyone is screaming about it and I don't know why they're screaming about it. I need to know why. And the next book I have to mention in this haul today is Better Hate Than Ever by Chloe Leese, and this is the second book in the Wilmot Sister series, and I love Chloe Leese, so that's why I got it. Chloe Leese is already a favorite author of mine based on the Bergman Brothers series, and I can't wait to read more from them, so I'm just really happy I have this in my collection now. And a romance that has recently been making waves on the internet that I wanted to get to purely because of its beautiful cover is Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I don't know anything about this except for the fact that it looks like a cowboy romance, and at the moment I don't read many of them, but this one just looked awesome, especially because I'm just in love with this cover. I'm pretty sure that as soon as this book came out, it got picked up by a publisher. It was initially independently published from what I know, because I remember seeing so many people on the internet praise the publisher for keeping the original cover, so that's why I assumed that this was initially independently published. But yeah, I'm really happy to have this, but I really do need to read it. And the next book I have to mention in this haul today is a book that I have successfully read. Yes, an Ice Planet Barbarian book that I have read, and this right here is the 6th book, Barbarian's Mate. I love this book so much. I'm currently reading these books as they're getting traditionally published, like as they are being added to my physical TBR. Yes, there are many other books out in the series already that are independently published and are being repackaged and reprinted in these beautiful editions, but my personal goal is to make them my priority as I've been collecting the beautiful physical editions that are repackaged, essentially. Barbarian's Mate is definitely one of the best books in the series. This hate to love dynamic was so delicious. I loved it, and I definitely want to reread this one. This one was just so fun. The Ice Planet Barbarian series was a perfect series to start my year off with. I cannot wait to continue. This series is just delightful. And another delightful book is Hunt on Dark Waters by Tiffany Roberts. I read this, I loved it, and I also pre-ordered this for like $12, and I'm really happy that it was a bargain, but also I'm just really happy it was a good book in general. Would recommend this one as well if you're wanting a good comfort read, because this one was definitely very comforting, but I really liked the spice and the action. Oh my goodness, Bowen, he gives me the hots. He really does give me the hots. This book was so good. god, I highly recommend it. Everyone read it. And the next book I have to mention in my haul today is The Anatomy of Songs by Megan White. This is the Fabled exclusive edition. I actually started this book and then I saw the Goodreads reviews, and I'm not gonna lie, after reading the prologue and then reading the Goodreads reviews, I put this book down. I do want to give it another chance eventually. I just don't know when, honestly, but I really love this beautiful exclusive edition. It's just so pretty. I reckon that this design just looks awesome. And yeah, overall, I'm really happy to have this special edition on my shelf, but I don't know when I'm gonna read it. And another special edition I have to mention in this haul today is A Crown of Ivy and Glass by Claire Legrand. If you guys didn't happen to know, Claire Legrand is the author of one of my favorite fantasy trilogies ever, and that is the Empyrean trilogy. Oh my goodness, that series rocked my world while I was under lockdown. The Empyrean trilogy was a masterpiece, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of expecting A Crown of Ivy and Glass to also be a masterpiece, but unfortunately, I've not been hearing that from reviews. So I'm a little bit nervous going into this one. I believe this is gonna be a fantasy companion series that follows different characters. I think it follows like different siblings, I'm not too sure, but I have this beautiful Bookish Box special edition, by the way. It's so gorgeous. I think this is my favorite special edition I've seen of it, so I'm really happy I renewed for this box because it's just so stunning. It's got very beautiful end page art as well, and it has a gorgeous reversible dust jacket, and yes, additionally a gorgeous naked hardback as well. But check this dust jacket out. Oh my goodness, I love the spread so much. Yeah, I need more excuses to show this book off, so I need to read this book and to see whether or not I would rave about it and recommend it, because yeah, I just want to show this edition off like consistently. It's just so pretty. It's definitely one of the prettiest books I own. And another beautiful exclusive edition I recently hauled is A Lady's Guide to Scandal by Sophie Owen. This is the sequel or companion sequel to The Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting. I loved A Lady's Guide to Fortune Hunting, and I'm not a big historical Regency romance person, but I gave it a try, and you know what? I actually really enjoyed it. It took me a while to get into, but once I got into it, oh my goodness, I was in love. So that is why I took a chance on purchasing the sequel. I'm very much looking forward to getting to this one eventually, but I also have to show you guys this and this as well. Yeah, so pretty. Such a beautiful edition. I also love the pages. I love how these pages stand right next to the pages of the first book in the series. And the next book I have to mention in this haul today is A Dream So Wicked by Tessandra Odette. Now, unfortunately, after waiting months and months for this book to be listed on Amazon in hardback, unfortunately, it never got listed on Amazon as hardback, so I decided that I was gonna add it to my Waterstones order. So that's what I did. Yeah, it was a bit more expensive, but I had to deal with it because there was no way I was either going to purchase the last book in paperback when all the books are hardback, or like just leave this book out in general. No, I needed to purchase this book. I'm so happy I have it, especially because this beauty right here is the naked hardback. Like, it's just so gorgeous. This is definitely one of the best naked hardbacks that Tessandra Odette has come up with. I'm just really happy to have this in my possession. As I'm filming this video, have not read it yet. So let's change that in 2024. And speaking of Waterstones, I have the Waterstones exclusive edition of The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahurin. And yes, at first I was highly considering getting the Fairy Loot special edition, and then when I saw the design, I was like, no, that's definitely not my thing. I actually prefer this edition, and I especially like these pages better than the Fairy Loot edition. And then I also like this naked hardback. I was not expecting that the naked hardback would have a little bit of spice and flair to it, but it does. I honestly was just expecting a plain black hardback, but yeah, Waterstones did impress. I don't know if I got a signed copy. No, I didn't get a signed copy, but overall I got this beautiful exclusive edition, and I'm really happy to have it, especially because I actually really liked this book, and I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. And funnily enough, I had no idea who we were following going into this novel, but then when I found out that this book was about Celie from the original trilogy, I was cautiously optimistic, but I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, happy to have this. And the next two books I have to mention in this haul today just so happen to be two editions of the same book, and that, my friends, is Salt Kiss by Sierra Simone. I have the standard edition because, in my opinion, this is definitely my favorite cover I've seen, but I also have the Fabled exclusive edition, and I really love this beautiful exclusive edition. I'm not a huge fan of the font placement, but everything else about the special edition calls to me. Like, I love these flowers. Oh my goodness. I especially love this naked hardback as well. I'm actually tempted to just take the dust jacket off, but I also really love this dust jacket. Like, I cannot decide between the two colors because both colors are very pretty. I especially love the back of this. this naked hardback. I have started the prequel for Soul Kiss, and I've not continued on with the prequel, and I really need to because I want to keep going with the prequel before I get to Soul Kiss. I got like around halfway through it and I was enjoying my time, but for some reason I was anticipating that things were gonna get spicy. That's not a bad thing, but I think at the time it wasn't what I needed. I wanted to read something that was a little bit more light at the time. So I honestly need to go back and revisit that novella because I was enjoying that backstory, but I just need to do that sometime soon so I can actually get to these. And you know what? These aren't the only editions of Soul Kiss I'm gonna be receiving. Soul Kiss just so happened to be one of the monthly Bookish Box book picks as well. So I'm anticipating that copy to come in the mail soon. I have 3 copies of this book. I have not even completed the novella that comes before it. That's just great. I just cannot resist pretty books, and sometimes I don't even think about the fact that I'm purchasing duplicates. When I see a pretty cover, I'm so simple, right? I'm so simple-minded. I'm like, nope, it's pretty cover, I'm getting it. However, I can justify having duplicate copies for the Hurricane War. So if you would like the wild backstory behind how I got the Hurricane Wars Waterstones exclusive edition, I talk about that in my unhinged unboxing. You know, the unboxing where I get excited 1 minute and then talk negative the other. I'm really happy I have this, and I ended up accumulating it in such a short window of opportunity. I'm just so happy I have it. So yeah, I'm very thankful for this one, but I'm also very thankful for my Fairy Loot exclusive edition. These books together just look magnificent, and I especially want the US edition because every cover that I've seen of this book, besides obviously the special editions that book boxes are doing apart from Fairy Loot, all of them have been illustrated by the same illustrator, and I think that the illustrator did an excellent job with the UK cover, with the US cover, and with the Fairy Loot edition. I'm just so happy with all these illustrations, and in all honesty, my favorite illustration is definitely the Fairy Loot edition, but that doesn't mean that I don't love this illustration and the US hardback illustration. I just want like all sorts of art from this artist. I'm just so happy I have these. I'm so thankful. And the cherry on top is the fact that I love this book so much. Oh my goodness. I've been recommending this book to everyone that I know, and I'm so happy that a few people have read it and have loved it in my life. I'm just really happy that I've recommended this book to a few people and they've actually picked it up. It seriously means the world to me. And the next book I have to mention in this haul today is Girl Goddess Queen by B.F. Fitzgerald. This is the standard UK edition, and I did not expect the standard UK edition to look this good. Check it out, right? I mean, the end pages, they're okay, but I mean, this naked hardback looks like it came straight out of like the Fairy Loot or the Illumicrate printers. Like, this is just so awesome. I initially wanted the Waterstones exclusive edition because the printed edges had text on them that said "To Hell with Love," and I thought that that was the only edition that had really cool edges. But on the edition I own, I have some pink sprayed edges, so I'm pretty content with that. I can't wait to read this one. This one is a Hades and Persephone reimagining, and when I saw it, I was like, say no more. Put it in my cart, I'm purchasing it. And that was my exact reaction when I saw The King's Bride as well. This is the first book in the Chronicles of Ern series by Beck Michaels. This is a fantasy romance companion series. It just so happens to follow fairy tales, and in this first book, we are following a Beauty and the Beast reimagining, and that's how I knew that it just had to be mine, especially because I'm a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast. You guys won't hear the end of that, honestly. That was my initial reaction. Also, I need to show you this beautiful naked hardback as well. So gorgeous. Yeah, I'm in love. I can't wait to read this one, and I also cannot wait to read the Divine Blood series. I don't know how long that series will be, but yeah, every book is getting chunkier and chunkier in that series, and I'm getting a little bit intimidated. I'm considering starting this series sometime soon, but I just found out that the series is going to be, I think, 7 books or more. I only just found that out as of recently because I subscribed to Beck's newsletter, so I'm excited, and I'm wondering whether or not I should actually start reading this book series as soon as possible. I don't know. I think because this is the start of something big, it might be good to start soon, but at the very same time, I'm a huge binger. So we'll see how I go with The King's Bride. And speaking of expansive fantasy worlds, I have Silver Tongue Devil by Stacey Marie Brown. This book was actually part of my birthday gift from Camilo. I actually have a few in this haul today that Camilo got me for my birthday, and Silver Tongue Devil was one of them. This is actually part of a new spin-off series in the Savage Lands world, the Stacey Marie Brown universe. I don't really know what this universe is called. There's so many sagas in this universe, and this is the start of one of them, and I believe this might just be a prequel to Savage Lands. I'm not too sure, and it is piratey. There are pirates in the series. I'm very much looking forward to checking this one out, and if it's anything like Savage Lands, then I know I'm going to enjoy it. And once again, I have 2 editions of the same book. I have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of Throne of the Fallen, and I have the Waterstones exclusive edition of Throne of the Fallen. I am currently waiting for the Fairy Loot edition. As I'm filming this video, I cannot wait for that beautiful beautiful edition. I don't know if there are any features in this one. I mean, we've got a map. I mean, that's really cool. No features like under the dust jacket, but the dust jacket itself is like the beautiful main feature for the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I'm so in love with this. I'm so happy I actually forked out some money for this one. And then I have to show you guys the beautiful Waterstones exclusive edition. This has the standard cover, but it's got these beautiful edges here. And then we've got some beautiful foiling under the dust jacket. It looks really cool. I cannot wait to read this book and let you guys know how I go with it. And I'm hoping to get to it in 2024 because I think I did put it on my 24 books I want to read in 2024. And the next two books I have to mention in this haul today are Belladonna and Foxglove, except right here I have the standard edition of Belladonna and I've got the Fairy Loot edition of Foxglove. I am planning to get the standard edition of Foxglove as well. I actually pre-ordered it as I'm filming this video. It will be on its way to me. I actually pre-ordered it from Amazon and then Amazon canceled my pre-order. So I ordered it from Waterstones instead. So I will have the beautiful lavender colored Foxglove. I honestly cannot wait to receive that because I love the original covers for the series. But I also love the beautiful Fairy Loot editions, especially because we've got these beautiful features here. We've got the edges. We've got the beautiful end page art by Monolime. I'm in love. And then we've got the beautiful naked hardback design. Oh my goodness, that is stunning. And I believe I might have gotten a signed copy as well because I ended up joining the queue pretty quickly. Yep. I got a signed edition of this beautiful book. I'm so happy I do because this series, just based on Belladonna alone, is one of my favorite series ever. I just have to show you guys the other end page art right here. Look at him, he's stunning. I love him. Overall, I'm really happy I have these two books. I love Belladonna so much. I cannot wait to read Foxglove and I cannot wait to continue with this series in general. I'm planning to complete this series in 2024, so we'll see how I go. And the next book I have to mention in this haul today is a book that actually recently got picked up by a publisher, and so I decided to jump onto the opportunity to collect the hardback before the independently published hardback went out of print. And that, my friends, is The Stars Are Dying by Chloe C. Panyaranda. If you guys don't know, Chloe C. Panyaranda is the author of the Air Comes to Rise series. I believe that series is still independently published, but I also know that this beautiful hardback edition of The Stars Are Dying had this beautiful naked hardback design, like an alternative cover, and I just knew that I needed to have it, especially because this art right here is done by one of my favorite illustrators, Alice Maria Power, who also illustrated the Air Comes to Rise covers as well. I absolutely love and adore their illustrations, and I did not want to pass this opportunity up, so I decided that I was going to purchase this hardback before it went out of print. I'm so happy I did. I have this in my possession. Now I just need to read it because I'm hearing great things about this book. It's like blowing up everywhere on the Romantasy book internet at the moment, so hoping I really love this one. I'm wondering whether or not I will get to this one before the Air Comes to Rise series, but I do want to get to the Air Comes to Rise series sometime soon. I'm kind of just waiting to know when exactly the author feels like they're going to finish the series, because at the moment they're taking a bit of a break from it. I mean, they're writing it slowly, but they're also focusing on this project. It's gonna be a very big time commitment and maybe even an emotional commitment if I do read the Air Comes to Rise series sometime soon. So at the moment, I'm just currently putting the series on hold mentally, but I will get to it eventually. And the next thing I recently hauled is Lore Olympus Volume 5. I read this one, I loved this one, I enjoyed this one, and I can't wait to continue on with the series. I'm not gonna lie though, I think I'm at the point of the series where I want more things to happen. I still really enjoyed this one, but I think Volume 5 might have been my least favorite volume so far, but I cannot wait to see what will happen after this. And I recently hauled some of the Love Bathhouse Monster Romance series by Lillian Lark. First of all, I got stalked by the Kraken. Secondly, deceived by gargoyles. Thirdly, entranced by basilisks. And then finally, so far in the series, I think this series is going to continue on and on for a bit. Maybe. I'm not actually sure how many books are going to be in the series, but Courted by the Dragon. I think there might be 5 or 6 books in this series. I'm not too sure. And there are also little novellas that connect with this world, but aren't necessarily in the same series. Maybe they are in the same series, maybe they're not. I don't know. The Amazon listings are just confusing. But what I do know is that I've been recommended the series a lot, and I decided to pick this book series at a time when the first book was gonna get a cover repackage, and it did get a repackage. I'm really happy that the first book actually matches the rest of the covers now. And now I'm gonna move on to some birthday gifts. I received a birthday gift from my work colleague, Tiana, and she sent me A Kingdom of Flame and Fury by Whitney Dean. I'm so happy I have this beautiful edition of this book. I do remember mentioning to Tiana in passing that I did want to eventually start reading the series and to see what the hype was about, but I did not think that she would then purchase this book for my birthday. I remember walking out of this building to have birthday brunch with my husband, and then seeing the package on the floor in the reception area. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a book package. I don't know what this is. And then I opened it and then I saw that there was a note from my work colleague. I'm like, it was so lovely of her, and then I texted her immediately. I'm like, hey, I got your book. Thank you so much. It was so sweet of her. I'm so thankful. Tiana, I don't know if you watch my channel or not, but if you are watching right now, thank you once again. I'm just so happy to have this. And then eventually I decided to purchase the rest of the series because I was given a voucher and I had just the right amount of money on that voucher to get these 2 books. So I decided to purchase the next 2 books in the series. I also really love these covers. I love this cover art style so much. I'm just so happy to have these on my shelves, and I cannot wait to read this book series and to support this author. I've heard great things about this book series and I want to support Whitney Dean, especially with what they've had to recently go through with them trying to get the series rights back and get their royalties and everything. Honestly, disgusting behavior from the publisher that picked them up for a second. Honestly, terrible. But I'm honestly so happy and so thankful that Tiana took the time to support Whitney by purchasing her new version of this first book for me, and I was able to do so with the next 2 books. So yeah, cannot wait to read the series and let you guys know how I go with it eventually. I do want to promote the series on my channel. I just really hope I love it. I'm seeing all the beautiful fan art for the series. I just kind of know it's gonna be my thing. So for my birthday gift, I kind of asked Camilo if he could grab me some monster romance. And let's just say he definitely delivered. I have a bunch of Tiffany Roberts books that I received for my birthday, and I'm so happy because Tiffany Roberts are my comfort author duo and I love their monster romance. Starting off, I have this duet right here. I don't know if the series is gonna continue on, but so far it is the Wild Dragons duet. The first book being To Tame a Dragon, and then the second book being To Love a Dragon. And I very much appreciate the repackaging of these books and the repackaging for majority of their books recently because, oh my goodness, they are stunning. But yeah, these covers just look very wholesome, and I reckon that these are going to be very wholesome stories. So I honestly cannot wait to get to these ones. But there is another big series by Tiffany Roberts that I do want to get to sometime in 2024. And that just so happens to be the Kraken series right here. Yes, this is a 6-book series with a novella, 7-book series technically. The first out of the bunch being Treasure of the Abyss, the second being Jewel of the Sea, the third being Hunter of the Tide, this is the novella, the fourth being Heart of the Deep, which I think is like my favorite cover in the series maybe, the fifth book being Rising from the Depths, the sixth book being Fallen from the Stars, and the final book being Lover from the Waves. And I, once again, really love the repackagings of the series because before it looked like we had some mascots in poorly photoshopped covers. It just was not looking good, but I'm so happy that Tiffany Roberts have taken the time to commission more artists to repackage their book covers. Overall, I'm just really excited to read more by Tiffany Roberts because I've just noticed that their books just make me so happy. And last but certainly not least, from Tiffany Roberts, I also have Dustwalker. I had no idea what this was about. I just decided to add it to the cart because it was a standalone, but turns out this is actually a robot and human romance, which is not something I expected from Tiffany Roberts, but I'm also very much looking forward to it because I can trust Tiffany Roberts to write sci-fi very well, and I believe that this is a sci-fi post-apocalyptic story that takes place within a desert. I actually started the first couple of chapters and I wanted to continue on, but it is quite a chunky book, so I decided to put it down and save it for the new year. So I am planning to read this one sometime this year, but it's not like the main priority. I definitely want to get to some of the series by Tiffany Roberts before going to this one. However, if for some reason I feel like reading a standalone, then I will pick Dustwalker up. And no, Camilo did not only buy me Monster Romance, he also purchased me this beautiful trilogy right here, which just so happens to be the Kingdom of Crows trilogy by Olivia Wildenstein. I have the first 3 books. This series, I believe, is going to continue, but this trilogy follows one couple, and I believe that the rest of the books follow different characters. I just got to show you the beautiful covers, first of all. So here I've got House of Beating Wings, House of Pounding Hearts, and then finally House of Striking Oaks. But I've also got to show you these beautiful naked hardbacks, which definitely played a part in why I really wanted these beautiful hardback editions. And thankfully, I got in just on time because apparently this book series got picked up by a publisher recently. So these editions might just go out of print. I don't know. There we go. That's the second one. So, so pretty. And then last but certainly not least, Striking Oaks. Oh my goodness. I really love this naked hardback for Striking Oaks. That's so gorgeous. I can't wait to read this series. I've wanted to read it for a while. I also have the Bookish Box exclusive editions of them as well. I have the first book so far, but I'm waiting for the other two to be shipped to me. I know, I have a problem, but part of the problem was having a Bookish Box subscription and having the first book sent to me as part of the monthly subscription. That's how they get you, man. It's how they get you. But I really do need to read the series because I've heard great things about it, and I do want to read from Olivia Wildenstein eventually. If it's not this series, I definitely do want to get to the Feather series, or maybe some other series that she's put out. But overall, I do at least want to get to one of her book series in 2024. I don't know whether it's going to be this one or Feather. We will find out together. And now I'm going to move on to two final special edition sets from two different book box companies. I'm going to start off with a Fae Crate one, and then I'm going to move on to an Arcane Society one to close this off. And the Fae Crate exclusive edition set I have right here is the Court Legacy series by Eden O'Neill. Now, funnily enough, I hear that the Court Legacy series is actually a spin-off series to another series. And additionally, from what I've heard recently, there's a 6th book in the series as well, and there are only 5 books in the set. So it makes me kind of sad that Fae Crate did not wait to find out whether or not this set was going to be complete. But I mean, this is still a very pretty box set, so I am happy to have these books. And I'm going to go through them right now. So the first book in this beautiful set is Dirty Wicked Prince by Eden O'Neill. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. The main reason why I purchased this beautiful special edition set was because I found out that Alice Maria Power is the illustrator of these beautiful hardbacks. They're so gorgeous, so stunning. I also very much like the pink pages here. We also have some art here on the end page. That's pretty cool. It's signed by Eden. I'm pretty sure Eden O'Neill is also coming to Babe 2025 as well. So I'm at least hoping that I can start the series sometime before then so that I can meet her and say, hey, I love your books. But I might read the series that comes before this first. But yeah, no, these editions are very beautiful. I really like this. Oh my goodness, focus on me. The second book in this set is Savage Little Lies. I believe it's book 2. Yep, it's book number 2. These clear, transparent overlay dust jackets are really cool. And yes, on the naked hardback, we've got a beautiful illustration once again by Alice Maria Power. And then we've got some end page art here. And book number 3 in this series is Tiny Dark Deeds. And this book is orange. So once again, illustration by Alice Maria Power on the naked hardback. We've got some art here. And book number 4 in this series is Eat You Alive. And this book is pink. I really love this illustration. Oh my goodness. Look at that. So pretty. Alice, you do an excellent job with your illustrations, I swear. Oh, I also really love this illustration here on this end. And last but certainly not least in the set, we have Eat Your Heart Out. And this color is just so pretty. Like, look at how beautiful this like teal aqua turquoise is. And I love the illustration once again. And then let's see what's underneath here. Oh my goodness. They look so cute. So yeah, overall, I'm really pleased with this set. I'm not gonna lie, I did not know anything about this book series before I purchased it. But literally, as soon as I found out that Alice Maria Power was going to be the illustrator for the set, I knew that I had to have it. But I'm actually really happy that Eden O'Neill is coming to Babe 2025. So I have some incentive to get to this series sometime in the near future. So yeah, I do plan on reading the book series that comes before this eventually, but I'm kind of happy I also have this beautiful Fae Crate set. I'm kind of hoping that Fae Crate do book number 6 as a result of doing the 5 books that came before book 6 in the Court Legacy series. But yeah, we'll see. Fingers crossed. And last but certainly not least, the one Arcane Society exclusive edition set I have to mention in this haul today is the Bonds That Tie series by J. Bree. This set was going to make my favorite special edition sets of 2023, but it only arrived 2 days after 2024 started. And I was definitely devastated because I had every intention of putting it in my 2023 video. I'm not too sure if you guys can see, but the spines say The Bonds That Tie, and then it has a really cool logo there. It's like really difficult to hold these straight in the palm of my hand, but oh my goodness. And I'm gonna show you guys the pages as well. I'm gonna give you guys the full tour that I would have given you guys in my special editions of 2023 video. So first of all, we have Ollie on the first book, which is Blood Bonds. This illustration is so gorgeous, and on every single one of these beautiful books we have this illustration, and then we've got their eyes hollowed out. And right here we've got some pretty beautiful pages. We've got some very beautiful end page art as well that replicate those edges. And then underneath the dust jacket we also have this beautiful foiling. Oh my goodness, I am in love. And on the reverse dust jacket side we've got this beautiful art as well. If I wanted to swap them over I could. And then also the Arcane Society are planning to bring out alternative dust jackets as well that have beautiful illustrations. I'm so tempted to get those because I think out of all cover options, those ones are the prettiest in my personal opinion. Cannot wait to receive those eventually. The second book in the series is Savage Bonds, which just so happens to be one of my favorite books in the series, and right here we've got probably my favorite guy. Now I personally favor Griffin and North. I do love North, but I think I love Griffin just a little bit more. I think I kind of connect with him a little bit more, but I also really find North attractive as well. So yeah, I love them too, okay? I think if I could combine them two, they would be like absolutely perfect, but I don't know, Griffin is also just like really perfect in general. So I really love Griffin. I love seeing him here, and I love seeing him here as well. And then we've got some beautiful edges once again. And then once again, same end page art, but then here we've got the Soothsayer, and we've got reverse dust jacket art. Yeah, so pretty. I can't get enough of this. And speaking of North, I've got North right here on the third book, Blood Bonds. He's perfect, and he's so gorgeous on the side as well. Whoever illustrated him, oh my goodness, they clearly had a favorite. He's stunning on this. Once again, pretty similar end page art, but oh, I absolutely adore this blue foiling, and I love this blue reverse dust jacket. Oh my goodness, I am in love. It's so cool. Oh my goodness, we're only halfway through the set, and it's just making me so hyped right now. I really want to go back and reread the series so bad. And the next book in the series is Force Bonds. I love the flower choice that we have on Gabriel's cover. I also like how he looks on this side of the cover as well. Yeah, he's looking very fine here. And then we've got some end page art with that flower, and oh, Draconis. I mean, I saw this initially, but like it's just hitting me harder now that I'm talking about it with you guys. Like I'm finally sharing this with people. I didn't get to share this with Camilo even. Like I showed him what they looked like on the shelf, but I didn't go through all the features with him. So it just feels really exciting actually getting to gush about it here. Tragic Bonds, which was the most tragic book in the series. We have Atlas here. He looks stunning. Yeah, wow. Okay. Hello, Atlas. Oh, he looks mighty fine. Yeah, I do not mind Atlas as well. I know that at later points of the series he does get annoying, but I actually appreciate his character development and how he matured before some of the other guys did, in my personal opinion, but not everyone sees it that way. I totally get it. This is so pretty. I really love the red. That's so cool. I'm tempted to swap these over at some point, but once again, I don't even just have these as options for covers. I'm also highly considering the other dust jackets that the Arcane Society commissioned art for, because we've been given teasers of that art and it's so beautiful. So this is just so hard. I kind of just wish that we could be given multiple sets of the series. Like I would buy another set in a heartbeat just so that I can display all the covers. And last but certainly not least, we've got the final book in the series, Unbroken Bonds, and we've got Nox here on this cover. He looks very nice here, and he also looks very nice here. And we've got some beautiful edges once again, beautiful end page art with the flowers, and then we've got this really cool naked hardback. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Got some really cool reverse dust jacket art as well, and it's great. Oh my goodness, I really love the colors. Like at first I was like, no way, there's no way I'm gonna flip the dust jackets over, but you know what, I'm actually finally considering doing that sometime, because I currently like how they look, and I think they would look so pretty together if they were displayed together. Oh my goodness, like it's really difficult. I love all the covers for the series. I love this set so much. I even love my Bookish Box exclusive edition set, and I'm also planning to get Jay Bree's exclusive special edition set, which will be exclusive, I believe, to her website as well. I'm waiting for those to drop as well. It's a guilty pleasure series of mine. It pulled on my heartstrings. No, it's not a perfect series at all whatsoever. However, overall, the series still means a lot to me, and I think that's because I'm able to connect to it on such an emotional level, and I think a lot of readers feel the same way as well. It just kind of felt like a safe space, even though it's dark, and I don't agree with some of the characters' actions, you know? But overall, I do really appreciate what the book series does explore at the end of the day. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna continue buying special editions of it and probably reread it for the years to come. So I guess it's gonna be it for this video today, book lovers. If you happen to stay to the end of this haul, leave me a book stack emoji. And you know why. We do that for book hauls here. And if you happen to enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet already. Join the amazing community of book lovers. And also, I have social medias. I'm at gswizzelbooks on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm also GOODREADS. That's www.goodreads.com/gswizzle. And finally, I'm at TikTok. I'm at gswizzle on TikTok if you want to follow me there for some bookish content. I love you, book lovers, and I will see you later. Peace. How did I weigh half when I flipped it in a double? How did I weigh half when I flipped it in a double?